Now, we're always hearing about the struggle that many farmers have just to keep their heads above water. Well, in Shropshire, 2 young farmers are embarking upon a landmark project which they hope will enable them to continue farming, not just for themselves, but for the benefit of the local community.
Brother and sister Ben and Charlotte Hollins inherited the farm after their father died earlier this year. They now want to raise money to keep the farm through the sale of shares to local people. If successful, this will be a new form of community ownership, the first of its kind in the country.
Another exhausting day at Fordhall Farm. This land was tended for decades by Ben and Charlotte's father using ancient techniques. And now anyone who wants to can buy into the philosophy.
It's been set up as a society for the benefit of the community, which means it has to stay like that. So yeah, they are £50 a share. You can buy as many shares as you want, but you do only get 1 vote at AGMs. But you then have got, you part own Fordhall Farm.
It's one of the few farms in the country where the cows stay out all year. The meadows have been planted with grasses and herbs that will sustain them through the winter. Conservationists say this farm is a haven for wildlife. What might look like dead wood to you or I is a home and a slap-up meal for insects and other even stranger creatures. And those ideas of sustainability and recycling run all the way through this farm, even to the smallest room in the house. Now, the average household uses about 100,000 litres of water a year just flushing the loo. Not this one, it's a compost loo, all recycled wood, as you can see. What comes down there goes straight into a compost heap where it will break down and be used to feed the surrounding woodland. And of course, it's got one of the best views in England. And the farm's enthusiastically supported by many local people.
You can't go to most farms to visit. This is a unique opportunity for people to come and visit a small farm, a small working farm, see the animals, put on your wellies, go and have a tramp across the fields, and perhaps sit and draw a picture or take your picnic or something.
Ben and Charlotte have until next July to raise £800,000. If they don't, the farm will be broken up.
Consumers are becoming more interested and concerned about their food and where it comes from. So it's an obvious partnership for communities to get involved with local farms. And if Fordhall succeeds, which we're pretty hopeful it will provide a model that people can replicate around the country.
They say they realise the share scheme is a risk, but one that's worth taking to preserve the farm for future generations. Sarah Mukherjee, BBC News, Shropshire.
That's about it for now. Before we go, let's get the weather from Philip Avery.